Hello everyone, it's Shane Kanto, your Wasteland reviewer, and I'm here to review Spare Parts. And this is a horror film from Andrew Thomas Hunt about this band, the Miss 45, and they're a group of 4 women who are in this band together, and they wind up being swept up by a cult, having some of their limbs replaced with weapons, and sent in for gladiatorial battles. And they must rebel and fight for their freedom. What a concept. And this film from Hunt, who only has one other feature-length directorial credit, which honestly is his only other directorial credit, brings this very grindhouse, kind of grainy, gritty, grungy kind of feeling of a film. This isn't quite Planet Terror, or not quite Death Proof, but very much has that grindhouse B-movie kind of feel to it. And you have this group of women played by Michelle Argyris, Emily Alatalo, Kariana Stanton, and Chelsea Muirhead, and they all come together in this, and you see their band Miss 45 playing at a concert. Very strong-willed, very feminist women who stand up for themselves, and when one of them's being just groped disgustingly on stage, he beats the crap out of the guy and starts this whole entire brawl at this bar, and they handle themselves. And then they're tricked by this police officer into this creepy cult where they wind up having their body parts replaced by weapons and go in and, hold their own and lead this rebellion trying to usurp the emperor, played by Julian Richings. And this story isn't very complicated. It's not very deep. It doesn't have a whole lot of plot points to it. You have some crazy over-the-top gore fight scenes and crazy blood and guts kind of practical effects. The whole entire film is just these women standing up for what's right with a very strong feminist message in it, trying to take things over, and all the way up to its end when it has an interesting kind of twist on the story and what is set up, and some ideas about what it really means to rule and have power and what that does to people. And I'm not going to argue that this is a very deep film. It has some solid ideas, and they throw them out there, and they're not very nuanced, they're not very subtle. They're right there in your face. And they put them out there, and you eat them up. And you also eat up a lot of crazy over-the-top violence along the way with some tough women, and that's this movie in a nutshell. So, honestly, if this sounds good to you and you think you're going to have a fun time, go check this film out. Enjoy Spare Parts. If this sounds terrible to you, then you probably aren't going to like it. But for me, I thought it was solid. I had some fun with it, and I was able to take a seat back, relax, and enjoy this ridiculously over-the-top show. And there's some fun to be had. But those are my thoughts on Spare Parts. Let me know what you think, and let's talk some movies. But thank you as always for tuning in and supporting your Wasteland reviewer.